Hey, I'm gonna be kind of showing you guys behind the scenes of Lemonade. The song kind of has a lot going on. It's not the cleanest, but it has some interesting stuff going on in it, and so you might learn something or hopefully get inspired or see something interesting that you like. Um, but yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna go through and kind of show all the stuff that I've got going on. As you can see, there's quite a bit of tracks, and yeah, so I'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead and disappear because you don't need to see me. So in this intro section, I have a little pad coming from the Gaia, which is I can bring myself back for just a second. I can show you guys all the synths I use in this. So, this here is my Gaia SH01. It's a Roland synth, 3-OSC. It's really nice. I love it. I don't remember, but if I did, if this song has race lead in it, which actually I think it's got the sync lead I use, but there's a lead that I use a lot, and it comes from this micro Chord. And then I think there's a sync lead in it, which comes from this JDXI. And then there's like a little acid line in the very beginning. It comes from this Minilog XD. And yeah, I think that's all the hardware I used for this one. The rest I just did with plugins. But anyways, so here's that pad sound that I used in the beginning of the song. It's a very nice pad, especially if you do like a big chord on it or something. So, let's see, here's my intro chord progression. So I can show you the MIDI for it. Nice big chords. This E flat minor 7, and then E flat major. Wait, what is that? Oh, there's no D play played. I get E flat 6, and then what is here? D flat major 7, 9. So yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, I always like forget like a lot of the chord progressions after I make a song, because they either have like way too many, or I've just made so many songs that I just forget. But anyways, that's the first part. So, and this only lasts for that one part. You can see this has like nothing for the rest, at least on that chord progression. We have this little acid line from that Minilog. I think I originally was gonna, I think, because it doesn't really sound like an acid line, because of the synth I used. I think at first I was gonna do an acid for my TD3, but I probably just didn't like the way it sounded. Alright, so now that we're into the actual song, there's a lot to go through, so let's just go from the top down. So that's the same thing. I think I just took off some of the delay. Yeah, I took off the delay and the filter. So it's the same sound as this one, but I took off some of the effects so it just fit in this part better. And then here are my, let me just like label this. Here are the breaks. So I think I kind of did a pass off thing, kind of, maybe. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so it looks like I'm kind of doing like a pass off between these two, and then the other ones are kind of just filling in some space. Let's see. See if I just solo these. Yeah, so I'm just kind of passing off between these two breaks. And then this is kind of doing a little good. And here, I guess I should kind of go into the plugins a bit of what each break has on it. So this one doesn't really have anything. It's pretty dry. Looks like I just kind of shaped it a little bit. And then see this. Oh, and by the way, these are like all jungle breaks, cause yeah, they are. Alright, same thing. I just kind of shaped the transient, so like you can hear the difference if I let the whole thing play out versus if I make it a little tighter. Same thing. This one doesn't have anything on it, just some EQ. See, this one has some stuff on it. Yeah, see, this one's hella distorted. And then it looks like because I added distortion, so that's what it sounds dry. And then because I added distortion, it's got all that extra. I just shaped it. I shaped this one so it's a little more tighter, or a little tighter. And then this one, I think is just kind of playing a groove to keep like some energy up. Yeah, it's kind of just going with this. And then I think Sovereign Break is just playing some like hi-hat, shake or whatever. So nothing crazy going on here. And then see over the whole thing, just some OTT, this has some distortion on it. Turn this off. With the OTT, and then turn on shaper box. Have turn off like distortion. So just add a tiny bit of soft clipping, and then compressor, and my EQ. So now figure out, oh, here's just the kick. Alright, nice. And then here these are my basses. So our first bass here is the What You Gonna Sub. I use this one a lot. This is like my go-to sub drop. This is also from Jungle. I know, kill me. I use like a hella Jungle samples. But really, you can get away with using Jungle samples if you don't use the pads. Anyways, so it normally just sounds like this. Very low, very subby. So here's Fat Effects. This is a stock Logic plugin. I've added some bass enhancer. Hear what that sounds like. Doesn't do a whole lot, right? And then we add some distortion, and it starts to take shape. And then what basses I like to do a lot is I will add distortion and then add some chorus. So it's like it keeps like the like edginess and like harsh, but like it kind of gets rid of some of like the harshness and like just makes it like you can still tell that it's distorted, but it's a lot smoother. I don't know how to describe it the right way, but yeah, adding the chorus on it just makes it really cool. And then this is just the reverse sub for like the drop. So I just I bounced a little part of it and then just reversed it. And then the pad is actually this pad, and I just sampled it. So, right, and then just added some tape delay. Right, because tape delay makes everything better. Let's see what else. Oh, then this is just this pad again, but they're layered. This is playing up like an octave and more sustained. See, this laser, this is just like an arrangement effect, you know, just a basically kind of like a white noise-ish type sound. And then a ride cymbal, this just gives some energy, you know, keeps it going, gives some stuff in the high frequency range. And then there's the crash cymbal, and the rest is effects. So if we move on, let's see, we got our next section. So here's where we start adding the rest of the basses. So yeah. So I literally just grabbed like some preset, like I just grabbed some preset sounds. I did not make these, and I did not really add or change anything because they already sounded pretty good. So yeah, I just kind of I started with, when I was making this, I just started with this pattern, right? So yeah, that boom boom, and then I just decided, like, in between each one of these, I'm just gonna have it play a different, like, bass line, or not even really bass line, but just kind of little stabs or whatever. So yeah, then I have, oh, what's this kick? Actually, I don't know what this is. I don't know why there's two different kicks and this one's just like distorted. You can't really hear the difference. Kind of. You can't really tell that much when it's playing in context. And then okay, so here we've got the pad back. So it's the same pad, but you can tell it sounds a lot different than here. Right, so what I've changed. So first, let's see. We've got some shaper box with phaser, or with some flanger. And then we've got filter step. Filter step is really cool. This is a free plugin. So this just adds like filter movement that you can like sequence. And you can, you know, change how wet it is or whatever. And all that stuff. And then some reverb. Makes it sound really cool and spacey. Then just mixing, you know, with EQ and compressor. I'm not gonna go too deep into the mixing stuff because I don't think you should really learn mixing from me because I'm not amazing at it yet. So then we've got the ARP. Oh, it's got a little happy face, a little cat face. Give him a little paw. Nice. So this ARP is from, let's see, input 3. Yeah, so that's from my micro Chord. Alright, so what have we got on here? So tremolo, this just kind of does like a kind of stereo effect. It makes it a lot wider. And you see when I have it on versus when I have it off. And then tape delay, of course, because tape delay makes everything better. And our EQ. Very chill. Very chill to go over, like, the evil bass. Then we got the chords come back in. And then, so here with the bass line, I kind of just did like, kind of the same idea, just with two of the basses, where I had just this as my constant, as the boom boom. And then, yeah, I just did this, this little line and put these in between. Right, so then when everything comes back in, then we've got our 4 on the floor, so we can call it breakbeat hardcore. Lol. So we just have stop and break, our TR909 hi-hat, and and then it's just using the clap from this break that we used in the beginning. And then now we're getting to my favorite part. So I think the reason this transition sounds so nice is because we're using the or it doesn't even really sound like a transition, but like we've got a new chord progression here. So like first you see we're playing this. Oops. And we just completely switched chords, but we've still got the same bass line. So it's like it's a very like smooth transition. And then I've just got these like little hits with tape delay, of course. Well, FM brass preset. And then we got dark pad here, so this is just playing some just to fill out some of the frequency range. And then for the leads here, I have two layered over each other, right? So I have this guitar plugin. If you ever wondered where I get my guitars from, it's from this. There's three of these that I have. It's just a really good guitar plugin. 'Cause I can't play guitar, so I need a plugin because I can play piano. Here, let me turn off like this stuff with it, so you can hear what it like sounds like. Right, so you got that guitar. Let me turn off. Right, and then I've got like this vibrato plugin added to it. And then layered with it, I have that JDXI sync lead, so that sounds like this. But alright, the sync lead doesn't really sound good by itself, but when you add chorus to it, it starts to get better, and then you add the delay, and it sounds really cool. And then you layer it with the guitar. Starts to sound really cool. And then on this part here, we've got another guitar. This one is just, I think it's the same guitar, just different EQ, and I turned off the vibrato. This I just played. I thought it sounded better. Like I didn't. Usually, like I'm always like I gotta quantize everything. It needs to be perfect. This I actually thought sounded better unquantized. So it's like you can see nothing's like 100% on the grid, but it still sounds fine. And then this section kind of comes to a close, right? And everything fades out. Then here, got another new chord progression. And then the same thing with the leads, where we got the sync and the guitar. Except I think I dropped the guitar an octave below. In the lowest part, they're the same octave. And this one, they're two different octaves. Drop this bass, now we're just back to the what you gonna sub. And then now we get to like the little trap section. Alright, so here we've got, let's take a look at the breaks first. Alright, so first we've got, let's leave the kick on so you can kind of have a, alright, I'll turn on the kick and the clap. So I kind of just have this like kind of groove in and out of like in between the claps. And then it looks like, yeah, so these two are kind of just doing like a groove, passing off with each other. And we've got some perks and some percussion. And then we got like the pure born like roar. And then we just kept this. I just used this sub drop as an 808. And then I think this is the same lead from pattern from before. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all that went into it. It's a lot of stuff, but it's really not too much, I don't think. Most of my stuff is pretty like simple in terms of like what is like. There's a lot of stuff going on, but when you kind of break it down and look at it, I hope it's not too confusing. You know, I didn't do any like anything too wacky, so yeah, but I hope you enjoyed and found it cool, and yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.